I wanted this video out yesterday, but I've been going too fast and I needed stamina to recover. Welcome to Still Plays. This is Conquest Sector 5. We are going to look at the feat progress, which squads we used, the data discs, and how we tackled the boss nodes. We'll also throw in at the end the global feat Underworld Legends. Because while we used part of yesterday to recover stamina, that gave me an opportunity to use some energy to accomplish goals like getting that title feat. We also accomplished the other remaining global feat with the activated clones. We finished our 20 battles. That's done through Sector 5. And then the rest of my time was spent finishing up some stars, cleaning up the progress through Sectors 1, 2, 3, and 4. For Sector 5, this is completely possible to get 4 out of 4 in a single playthrough if your stamina is right, which mine was not. I fell short by one battle with CX2 surviving. I did use Lord Vader enough to accomplish the feat. That's why we completed the global, but not this one, because I'm fine losing out on a character related to a sector feat as long as I'm getting through the nodes, and I was still beating the nodes, making progress, getting towards the end. I want to be efficient on my stamina use, and if I'm just forfeiting a battle, then I'm losing two things. I'm losing CX2 and I'm losing the sector progress. With these other feats, we have defense down, tenacity down, and full squad of pirates. All three of those can be accomplished with a single team. And because of that, as long as your stamina is good, you only need 2 squads to accomplish this sector. So you might need to spread it out, which is why I needed to take some time yesterday to just allow these characters. But you can abuse them. I took them down to 0. I just was 4 nodes short when I had hit 0. This will of course be way easier if you have Maz or Pirate Hondo. If you're using Ethano or another subpar pirate leader, it's going to be a bit harder, but the key component is going to be Qui-Gold, because Qui-Gold does a couple things here. Qui-Gold on his basic has the defense down, and it's an AoE defense down, so you're applying a lot of it with every single assist, and you can take advantage of that with data discs, because we get that booming voice data disc from globals. You make sure you have that applied, and then whenever the leader goes, you're also going to have Qui-Gold applying those AoE defense downs. That's going to happen very quickly on its own, and you can also call in assists to get more from Qui-Gold from characters like Kick. Then the first special Buccaneer, this is the AoE tenacity down. And you can get this off several times per battle, but the counts on the inflicts aren't even that high. While you get your pirate battle wins, you're going to accomplish the tenacity down. Our other characters, Kicks, like we mentioned, when you use explosive response, make sure to call in Qui-Gold to get that basic defense down. SM33 doesn't have to be here. You could swap him in for other characters. I just think he's fairly effective, and mine's 7 stars unlike a lot of my other pirates, so he was an effective participant. I liked Silvo because of the turn meter removal, because you can pull turn meter from a targeted character, and then that gets spread to all of your allies. And so when your stamina is getting low, this is a very effective way to make up for the fact that your characters are in a weaker state. And then with booming voice, Maz Kanata calling in all those AoEs, you don't really have to worry too much about the fact that your characters are getting weaker and weaker. Plus with all those extra revives, she is just a very great Conquest character. It might be showing 16% now, but this is because it's the morning. Last night, this was 0. And same with Lord Vader and the Dark Side clones, the only other squad you need in this sector. This squad I also took down to 0%. Just a couple nodes I needed remaining. I brought them down a little bit lower again, but you can just see how far I brought these characters down, which is why, depending on the situation I was going up against, I'd lose CX2. If you don't have Vader, of course, you are using Tarkin in that slot. But unfortunately, these guys aren't helping with defense down or tenacity down, but they are going to just knock out that global. And between the earlier sector and this sector, you can make sure that that global feat is handled. Now, if you don't have all those squads, or you're not patient enough for your stamina to recover and you just want to be done with the sector, we do have a couple other options. You have Seer Junda with Calcestis. He's going to be applying defense down and tenacity down. And you have the Gungans. The Gungans are also very good with AoE AoE defense downs and tenacity down. But if you haven't worked on your pirates yet, I've been saying this always as a part of this channel, prioritize the latest marquees. They come before any other old characters. I don't care if you're dealing with single shard drops and those old characters are double drops. It is more important because of how CG designs the game and how they favor new content to just get the new stuff despite how much slower it might seem. You can always circle back. You'll have the time to do it. But the benefits of going after like these pirate marquees, the sooner you go after them, the easier everything gets. That means you get conquest characters sooner, which makes the next conquest easier, which makes your grand arenas easier. It makes everything more simplified by prioritizing new content. So yes, you can use Gungans, you could use Seer Junda, but they're going to be inefficient with your energy usage. It means that you're going to have to double back and do things multiple times in order to accomplish the pirate feat or the Lord Vader feat and the tenacity down and defense down feats. Data discs, I didn't make any changes this sector. Same strategy as the last sector where we were using booming voice is going to be your friend because of the way that basic abilities are able to help with the feat progress. By adding that disc, you're just speeding up multiple feats between different sectors. And what you can do to pair with it to make it stronger, I've got defensive formation, attacks out of turn, cause recovery of protection. There's also one that does recovery of health with attacks out of turn, but one disc I didn't put on is stacking fervor. This is another one that you can pair with booming voice, where attacks out of turn are going to gain stacking offense. This is a good disc, but I didn't want to put it on because it would have meant taking off something else that I like here. Zealous Ambition was really good with Disguised Clone Trooper. Clone Trooper does big damage with Zealous Ambition, so does Kicks. But also I didn't want to take off Fortified because I felt like Fortified combined with Entrenched, those were helping with the survivability of my characters as they were getting depleted in stamina. And that was important to helping those teams get going, to survive some of those opening battles where their speed was so depleted that they weren't starting out well early. Sector 5 mini-boss, Ventress goes boom and he still reigns supreme. Just carefully look at the required squads here. Both of them are very easy. Remember, I'm using the booming voice data disc. That is going to impact how this goes a little bit. We're going to start with the Nightsisters, and with these sisters, what you want to do is you want to target one of the sabers with foresight when you get on the leader's turn, which I failed to do here, I think because I was still remembering how to optimize my play. Because had I done that differently, I would have been able to take out the saber with foresight with the first turn. Now, ultimately, it doesn't matter at this stage with the level of development a lot of these characters are in. It's going to be a non-issue. But maybe I would have been able to do it in the first attempt. Keep in mind that multiple of the Nightsisters here are not at relics. My Telzine is not, my Zombie is not, my Talia is not. Only Daka and Ventress are. But it creates no issues, just could have been optimized a little bit. With our SLKR attempt, just make sure you throw in Thrawn and Yoda, because in one of my attempts, I just forgot Yoda for whatever reason. I wasn't being careful enough. Now, what you will see here is more optimized play with my leader, and I will be targeting a saber that has foresight when I do my AoE ability to make sure that the saber goes down in the same move. Then I can call an assist, I can drop that fracture, calling another assist here, and then Treya is down. Otherwise, Treya might get another opportunity. Our final boss node is a little bit more troublesome. I'd be a little bit more careful here. We have against all odds, and if the target is toppled, I'm going to be starting with the Bounty Hunter version, and then we'll do CLS. It's because the CLS one I don't get full stars on, but the Bounty Hunter one, that was easier for me. And maybe that's mod related. The big thing here, and I'm doing aura sing lead, I don't even know if it matters, honestly. You need to be able to get to the can't be defeated ability and have the attacks focused there. Now with the booming voice, I'm losing a lot of health by these attacks out of turn, but I'm also very quickly knocking out these characters. Like the sides are out. I do an attack on Treya. I pull turn meter away from Marauder. Now Dengar, I've got the shield here, the Unbreakable Will, and I can throw on the Unbreakable Will and make sure that Dengar can't be hit, and all the attacks go to him. And so even though with these attacks out of turn I'm in the red, Booming Voice is making sure that I can rip through Treya more quickly. And then I'm able to just focus on these side characters while Dengar is being the focus of the attacks. But CLS, you'll see things a little bit more troublesome. CLS squad with Han, Pao, Chirrut, and Death Trooper. And with this, Han's gonna go first. We're gonna take out Nihilus. We will attack Scion and take out Scion. I go with the call to action so that we get an extra turn before Treya goes. We have offense up and a little turn meter, so I go with that. I don't have Unbreakable Will on CLS at least yet, so I'm going to hit a Marauder and just take out a side character. But we lose Death Trooper, we lose Chirrut, but now I have Unbreakable Will. So I do the middle ability because I get a free turn with it. Then I throw Unbreakable Will on, and now I'm countering. Throw an AoE, I get another attack. I still have Unbreakable Will on Han. He counters and finishes off Treya. Do some attacks, but now I do Unbreakable Will again, and we get the mass assist from Booming Voice and knock out the other character. And we will transition to the global feat. For the global, I did it on Sector 1 on the Datacron node. That way we're doing multiple things at once, and this is also a very easy node. I did undersize it. I didn't know if that was necessary. It sounded like you could throw in extra characters, but I didn't want to figure it out. Showing you the final use of it, where the characters are already depleted in stamina, is a better use case. We're using Dash lead, not Lando, because he's got a more effective lead with Scoundrels. And in this final attempt, you're just going to see what happens with Zealous Ambition and Dash. And that's why I wanted to show the final attempt, because I think it's a little bit more informative, because it shows that even depleted in the stamina, he's still doing big enough damage to just blow it up. All of the other sectors also have a breakdown video like this. We'll put Sector 4 up in the corner, but there are other ones. Just look for them in the video portion of the page. Down below we have the Datacron video as a reminder, as we all work on these Datacrons, of how I am evaluating them, breaking them down by tier, although I have changed my opinion on one or two of them. I'll put that in the comments so that's clear. We will have videos coming out on Zekis very soon, as well as a roster video, because we have a new Ahsoka event, so I gotta do some gearing. Thank you for watching. Be excellent to each other, everybody. This is Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes.